Hello guys, welcome back to BOOKAUTOAI YouTube channel. This will be Lucas. For the next around 30-40 minutes, we will talk about ranking these niches, which how to pick one of the best niche to start your KDP journey in, or or continue making it big on 2026. One of the reasons why people fail at KDP, not because they sucks. I mean, most of the time could be they sucks, or or the thing that you can change, the thing that we would talk about, make sure you're not gonna go through, is the painful part of picking the wrong opportunities. You know, you just can't win when you riding a bike going against somebody with a Ferrari, and picking the correct niche is pretty much you driving the Ferrari. So we'll talk about that. We'll rank all these from S to D tiers. There's a lot of people on YouTube. You know, they have all kind of things, all kind of niche. They tend to say great thing about all kind of niche, but I want to give you my perspective of years creating thousands of books inside most of these top niches, and be able and experience these things through running Amazon ads, through KDP, and through Y publishings. I have like a really deep. I get to be really deep in the game and be able to play this game at a let's say survive in this game. Most people, they don't make it to see what I'm about to share. They haven't experienced the type of things just because the output is not there. So hang on for the next 30 to 40 minutes. If you are serious with KDP, you wouldn't want to miss this. Let's get it on. For today, we'll talk about the best niches to create your book in, if you are new, or if you are intermediate, or if you have been creating books for a while. I have created more than a really big number, more than 4,000 or 5,000 books. I think it could be more. I pretty much got myself into all the top niches, and we already and run ads for them, and I've been in them. So today I will just go ahead and rank them, as in my experience. Okay. So the first one we have is academic books. Like, now, these are like textbooks. Textbooks for textbooks, these can be good if you go inside niches like autonomy. Now, these could be good if you go inside autonomy books like these. They can go for a lot of money, but with these type of books, you will require a whole team. You require a lot of people, a lot of research, and these tend to be like those DK books where you will have picture infographics. So unless you have that kind of team, and unless your books is up to that kind of quality, then you can do it in this book, in this niche. But for me, my personal opinion, avoid it. I put it under D because it just take too much of your time. This type of book can take you like 3 to 6 months and expertise to do so. So I would stay away from this. I put it in D, not because it's a bad niche, just because the return and the time it would take is not up to par, and you shouldn't touch it. Okay, I stay away. Now the next one is poetry. Now this is definitely like, if there's an F tier, I'll put it at F tier. Poetry, yeah, you just stay away, because first of all, you can't get no SEO for a poetry book. Like, what are you gonna, pretty much like these kind of books. When I create books, I want to search for, why do the people want this type of books? How can I help them? What type of things does they search for? Is there a market for these kind of books? With poetry books, can't do much with it. Biography and memoir. Okay, now this, I like this. Biography and memoir, it's excellent. It's excellent. I will go as a B, good with niche. Okay, biography and memoir is excellent because you can create, you know, a lot of them, like 100 and 1,000 of them, and you can mass produce them. But there is legal risk, and legal risk. This is the reason why I put them at B. Matter of fact, I'll just put them in C, not because it's bad, because normally this will be like A or an S, but I will put them in C. Just kind of stay away from it because there's legal risk in it. Okay, there's copyright issues that very hard to navigate around. One thing that you can produce these is like if you were writing books, you gotta really understand the copyright. For example, if you write biography for people that have been that had died a long time ago, maybe like 67 to 100 years ago, and that their name no longer have copyright, and you can use their name and you can write a biography for it, then I think, but you have to double check with GBT about this. Yeah, I think that then it's okay, but that's what I think you gotta do your research, right? I have produced books in biography niche, and yeah, so far so fine, so good. But yeah, but there's always a legal risk with biography, and you make sure in the book you always in the title, so you have to state that this is an unofficial biography. You know, you don't want to misrepresent the person, because then the person can file a copyright strike, and then you will get your whole KDP account taken down. So that's the risk that you have to understand with this type. The next one will be fiction book. Fiction, now these will be sci-fi, thriller, and fantasy. Now with this I would go for D. The reason I place it under in this D, avoid, is because not because it's a bad thing. Yeah, now the reason I put fiction as D is because not because it's bad, because okay, one thing is like there's no SEO for it. You either have to market on TikTok or do a lot of social media for it. You know, and it's just a really hard grind for you to do it if you're an unknown author, you know. So if you're not somebody like Stephen King or something like that, you know, it would be really hard for you to make money off of fiction books. So that's why I put it on a D. Next one is workbook and courses. Now, with workbook and courses, I say it will be under B. It could be under A or B, but I'll just put it under B. Now, workbook, the reason why I put it under either A or B is because, first of all, there's a need for it. People search for these kind of things. Courses like YouTube courses, pretty much like people search for these. Like you can really do like, you know, a quick Google keyword research for it and understand like what are people searching for. So these is good. Okay, these is good. In fact, I'll put it under A because yeah, I think they deserve to be in this position. Strong ROI. Self-help. Now next one is self-help, productivity, and money. Now self-help, oh, I love these. Self-help, same thing with workbook, but self-help is a really big category because this is what BOOKAUTOAI is built on. Like with self-help, you can teach people about mindset, you can teach people productivity, you can teach people about how to manage their money, and there's a market for this. People search for these, so you can pretty much make a self-help nonfiction title about how to manage your money better, you know, something like that. And these will be excellent because people will search for this all the time. You can go two route to market this. Either you can go to SEO, or recently there's a new kind of marketing that people do on Instagram, right? They will have one of those AI avatar, and then they will make a lot of you know, like the AI avatar will say something good, Like, oh, for example, did you know that if you put your money in the bank, you're not making money, you're losing money. Instead, put it in the stock market. You're like some short like that, and they will make a lot of those content, and then they will attract followers, and then on the top they will put a link to their book. So that's another way to market that, to sell it. So self-help is excellent. Yeah, I made so much money in self-help, and I produce over thousands of self-help books under my own pen name, right? So yeah, that's important. Um, and now we have romance and erotica. Okay, I place this under. Okay, if you're going for a Kindle read, I don't know how to market these. So in my personal, I will put fiction and romance on the D tier, because there's I feel like the only way to market these is like through social media, and it's just a daily grind, and there's not really like there's not really like a method for you to capture light in a bottle. You gotta have just like a lot of testing. So it's not sure, and I'll stay away from it. How to nonfiction, same thing as self help. These are excellent. We already talked about how good they are. How to nonfiction, good. Recipe books. Now recipe books. Recipe books, I will place them. Now these are strong. It's either A or B, but I'll put them under B, and I'll tell you why. Now, I have created over, I would say 600 recipe books, and they're still online right now. I have books for every kind, either keto, air fryer, 5 ingredient or less, vegan, you name it. There's a book that I create for all of them already. So I know this recipe book very well. Now, even with AI help recipe books, it took a while to create a recipe book, because I'm not saying like one of those like rundown recipe book. Like if you just go online, like go to Amazon, you get like these like recipe books that people just do it quick. Like for example, I don't know, like those, like, I mean, you see a lot of recipe book, but the one that, yeah, you see a lot of these, let's say a lot of these, with the recipe book, like these kind, like I reckon tell that these are not picture, they don't have picture in these, and it sucks. This is pretty much like like 100 recipe, and they make it, but there's no picture. Now stay away from these kind of things, because the recipe book that you want to make is the one that have pictures in them, and it got to be color, so it has to be color, and it have to be picture. So these recipe book will be listed for like $18 to $21. It's pretty high price, right? But remember, these print recipe book, they require a color picture, and yeah, like the type that I make is like there is picture for every single recipe, right? There's intro, there's picture all throughout the book. There's color picture, so the price to produce them is really high. So every recipe book that I sold, my royalty is only like around $2.50 to $3, and if I sell them through Amazon ads, which mean like I gotta spend like $1 or $1.50 to get back $3. So that's still a pretty good ROI, but it just very small royalty. So that's why I place it under B. It take a very long time. Not very long time. I take that back. It took me and my VA about 2 days to create one recipe book with full colors. So back then we were just cranking out Mid-Journey pictures, if you remember Midjourney, pretty much like Midjourney have one of those like well, I don't know about now. I stopped using Midjourney, but before everything, we have Midjourney. We had that $20 a month, or I don't know, like that Pro. We got up to $60 a month, and then we just get the Midjourney bot on Discord, just cranked out all the recipe picture, and then my VA would do them all inside Canva. So that's another thing about recipe books. Puzzle books, oh my god. I'd say stay away. Avoid, stay away. Now puzzle, but yeah, I stay away because it just I don't see the value. Maybe if you create puzzle book for senior, but that's I don't know. There's no value in it, and there's so many of them. You can't really make a brand out of it, and there's no differentiate out of it. I haven't seen like a branded, a successful one. I might have seen once or twice inside the senior category, but yeah, it's nothing to be worth mentioning. There's so many better niches, so I put them under D. Now, adult and coloring. Now, adult and coloring book, I started with these. We had over like 1,000 or 2,000 of these. We were just cranking out at one time. We have so many adult coloring books that some of them, like a lot of them, it's not even online, because we had a system to crank these out back with my simple Midjourney a subscription. We just cranking these out. Everything we crank like 100 pages, right? We would have 100 pages. We would have like 50 colorable pages. Back when it was like Midjourney V5, we already able to do these. And I'll tell you, the niches in these back then, we was doing anime. I think some of my books are still online. It's still in the niche somewhere. Yeah, we was doing anime books. And then after that, we was doing fantasy book. Back when, like, if you go through fantasy coloring books. Yeah, back then, if you go to coloring fantasy, coloring adult page, you would see like the first 3 pages. We would rank for them. We rank for them. We rank on first pages and stuff like that. So I'm surprised to check back and see these are still, around. Back then, when it was one of it was there's the book that the Fairyland. These are, fantasy coloring book, and then we was also doing dark fantasy coloring book because we want to rank for the fantasy. But the fantasy niche is excellent because like a lot of those elf houses, like the elf houses, they sold a lot because some reason people like to color like those elf houses. I mean, this is a great one, but but I say overall it's easy to create. It's easy to, but the thing is like the profit margin is so low because everybody's just pushing it down since it's so easy to create. I remember back when we priced them around $7.99 to $8.99, and we were placing them as white paperback. So I mean, we only make like $1 every time we sell it. And then since there's so much competition, you have to everybody's trying to drive the price down, And I used to make these. I think they got the ideas from me. We inspired the whole whimsical fairy tale corner. Like everything like this, it was inspired by our team. Like we was doing all these way before everybody would start doing it. So back then we placed it under $8.99, and I got my idea from this guy right here. This guy is he's right now. Before, like just a year ago, like these guys was doing really good. They were the top in the niche. Right now, it got pushed down to 644. And they have 1.6K reviews. So you already know, like it's really hard to sell in this niche. I still have like around 300-400 books that's online. right now, but I don't make much royalty from it. Like, yeah. So I would say, yeah, stay away. I'd say stay away because you're not. I don't see money. There's no money at the moment that I see of. Wow, I have like already live 300 books, 400 books of these coloring, and I don't see that much of a return. So don't waste your time on it. Children books, illustrated book 2 to 8. Okay, children books. Children books. Now, personally, I would place them under this. Why do I place them in the avoid for now? Children books, it's pretty much picture books, but there's a lot of AIs that can create the picture book for you. It's pretty simple. But the thing is, let's take a look at the children book section. Okay, the children books is like, first of all, you gotta be ready to spend a lot of money on advertising. And remember, these are like color books. Yes, they're only like 50 pages, 36, 40 pages, but these still color books. And most of the time, these people have hardcover, because come on, these are children books, they expect to be hardcover. So, your profit margin, I could say it's low. It's not high. Okay, it's fairly small. I don't know, because I've never produced anything in children books, but I can tell you that from my instinct is that, first of all, you do not get an SEO play from here. It's pretty much like a brand play and a pay to play type of situation over here. You got to pay to play. But there is this one brand that does this very good in this type of book. Emotion, no, Ninja. I think that's what they call it. It's been a long time. Right here, these guys, Mary Yin, they did a ninja life hacks, which is really good. But I'm not sure. But this, like, before AI can do everything, Now I don't think they that popular because there's so much competition. So, but one thing they did a pretty good job early on was that, you see the SEO, this is an SEO play. Like, they create like these characters that they can redo it a lot of times, and all of them are like pretty much like SEO, like teach children about being mindfulness, teaching children about, it's a how-to type of book. It's a self-help type of play, but I'm rebranded as a children books. So that's why it worked, But if you see, like, but they sell under Kindle. I think they I don't know why they stopped doing paperback. Maybe it's just not making money in paperback. But now they still have it under Kindles. So yeah, it's low in profit, but it's low in profit, but it's good that they that they hidden the SEO part. So unless you're doing this, then then it's gonna be D. But if you do the strategy that she's doing, I would still put them under C. Now, low content book. Oh my God, low content book. You don't even need to go this route no more, right? Low content book. This is like early, even before I started KDP, and I started KDP recent. I say 2020, 2022, 2020. Yeah, no, this is like way before. This is when people were just making blank pages and just slap like a cover on it. So stay away from low content book. It's a waste of time. Nobody's selling these no more. So what are the top print money nonfiction books? Self-help and how-to books. Why are they so good? Because it hit all the thing. The self-help and the how-to book, it hit the SEO. Like, you can pretty much understand what people are searching for, and you make a book for that person, right? And one tool that will get you to do that is BOOKAUTOAI. Pretty much like all you need to do. Let me show you a few of my recent project. Like, but let's talk about it real quick. So basically, why? Okay, first of all, it's it's helpful. It's helpful content, and AI are great at doing how-to books. And it pretty much just search the whole internet and package it inside a book. It's helpful for the user. It helps solve a painful problem that people want to learn about that problem, and then you came out with a solution. And there are all the ways that you can marketing it. You can either do it under, like the earlier we talked about with TikToks and the AI influencers route. If that's too hard, do SEO and do a lot of these kind of books. And then under Amazon ad spend, they're great under Amazon ad spend. The return is it's the best out of all of these, that I've seen. And the profit margin is huge. Self-help and how-to normally go for $14.99 on the low end for the paperback of over 200 pages. You can pretty much get away with like $14.99 to like $19.99, $18.99. So, and these are, remember, these right here are like black and white. There's no color on them, so it don't take much to print these out. It don't cost much to print these out. You can pretty much looking at profit margin about $5 to $6 on each on every sales. So all those profit margin, if you want, you can throw it back into Amazon ads. If you want to do SEO route, then just use the $5 and hop into BOOKAUTOAI and make another book. It's just very simple how to make a book on this. Let's say if you want to do a book about how to save money, right? Just write how to save money, and the subtitle will be like all the ways you can save money for invest. You pretty much just fill out the title, fill out a subtitle, and then an author, Lucas, put in your pen name. And then you can select the style of how-to guys, self-help books. This I would go under how-to because it help people. And then book category, business and money, apply, right? And then you just describe a little bit what you want. Like, I want this book to be useful to people and help them how to save money, right? That's it. Just tell them how to save money, right? And after that, all you gotta do is just click generate a book, right? And once it's done, you would get something like this. Like, this is the book that I previously worked on, passive income idea or how to make money with AI. And it will give you this. You just click view the document, right? You click on view the document, and then you would click on this just so it open as a Google Doc, right? It open a Google Doc. You just gotta wait for a while. It also come with the main 7 keywords that you need to put them on KDP, the KDP category that related to that, and a book description, right? Pretty much, we have what the book will give you is the how to make money, real business. You can start using the AI agent. Pretty much like an introduction. It will format everything here is what it gave you. Like, I don't have to do much for it. Understanding AI, setting up your AI business book, build with AI power, creating AI driven. You have everything here. And one of the key thing that why BOOKAUTOAI is so good for how-to book is that, all these, you can also check for AI content, because AI content is very crucial. It's very crucial for you to GPT-0. It's very crucial for you to publish online for the longevity of things. Because one bad thing about KDP is that KDP can pretty much, you open a shop on KDP on Amazon, it's not yours. Like, they can shut it down anytime if you're not following the rule. And what you want to do is you want to protect yourself the best you could. Like, do everything right. Try to do everything right. Sometimes things happen and you have to move on to a different platform, which we will make more videos in the future about. But what you want to do is you want to do everything right. You just gotta do everything right. So these are like 40 percent AI GPT. If you were using, ChatGPT or any other, right, and you check back, it will be like 90, something like that. So it's under 70, 60, 70%, then you can pretty much list them on KDP as AI assist content, right? So that is a one layer of protection that you can do. And so since you have this book, right, so you can download it as docx, or download it as under EPUB if you're gonna do under ebooks. And then let me tell you something cool too. So besides making a book, you can also generate a cover, right? Yeah. So after you got the cover, after you generate a cover, then you can convert it into an EPUB. You can list it as an ebook for KDP, for Kobo. If you want to branch out, go wide into a different market, list them under KDP, Kobo, or Apple Books, and those will be for your ebooks. Now, the second place will be for paperback. With that same book, you can also put them under paperback, right? Draft to Digital or Income Spark, if you're in the States, can distribute your paperbacks to like 30,000 other suppliers. That's how you go wide. And then you can also publish it on Amazon KDP, right? So beside ebooks and paperback, with these kind of niche, you can also publish under, an audiobook. Now we also have something for you to create audiobook, and really easy. You go to humanizedaudio.com, or just click here, create an audiobook, and it'll lead you to here. What you do is you just drop in your docs or your EPUB, put your title, your author name, and you just click a button, and it just prepare everything for you into the audio format, and you use that audio format to place them under distribute them under Final Wave Voices or Others Republics, and that's all. That's why it makes so much sense to publish in this one, because you can do all that. You can't do that under workbook. You can't do that under recipe book. You can't do it under children or activity books. Like, why we're wasting our time? You do one thing, but there's 3 ways for you to make money. You create one asset, but you can use it 3 times, and it just makes so much sense. And when I figure that out, when I understand the best niche for me to go into, and I just went head on. The whole thing, like, the BOOKAUTOAI was created for our team to use. So they have everything that I need to scale it. So that is why it is very crucial for you to pick your niche to focus on, to zero in on, because the opportunity is so much if you're doing with self-help. It's pretty much print money, like one asset, 3 ways for you to do it. And also, if you wanted to, if you need help on publishing these onto different platform, you can use something like bookuploadpro.com. Like, you go Bookupload Pro. What it is like a pretty much a Chrome add-on. What we have is a Chrome add-on for KDP Uploader Plus, Kobo Uploader, Draft to Digital Uploader, Apple Book Uploader. We will go into details on how to use this on another video, but basically it's pretty much you just bulk uploading them. You fill out the title, your subtitle, your author name. Basically you fill out everything inside a Google Sheet, and then you upload a Google Sheet into one of these like this. You upload it into one of these things. Yeah, you just upload it, and then you just press start, and what it go, it start the automation for you. It go to Kobo, log in, and then it'll just upload all the books for you. So you can get, you don't have to do it by hand, because the uploads alone take a lot of time as well. So there you go. Today we are done with best niche for you to focus on, to create your book. And now I want to say the to zero in on, right? Zero in on, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise, right? because unless they make money, and unless you gotta, we have to think for ourselves. But just take this in as information. Don't trust me, don't believe me. Just take this as information and really think for yourself and experience things for yourself. But everything I tell you, it's what I believe in. So I might be wrong, I don't know, but I can surely tell you that I'm more likely to be right than wrong. A lot more likely to be right than wrong. I would say 95% likely to be right, 5% wrong, whatever. Maybe I don't know what I don't know. But so guys, that's it for the video for today, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.